Hi, welcome to Planet Hex Review Time. I'm Andrew Hawnt. These are the mini episodes that come out twice a week and support my full-length Planet Hex show that comes out at the weekends. Usually I talk about VHS, cult movies, weird pop culture stuff, or I go to cool places and show you what I'm doing when I'm usually out retro hunting, that sort of thing. But these episodes are back, so I can carry on reviewing stuff. I used to review stuff for magazines and I miss doing it, so these little 5-minute episodes, 5 minutes or so, have come back now and I'm really enjoying doing them. Well, I've done one so far. If you missed that, it was on Shotgun Wedding, the Amazon Prime movie, and today I know I'm late to the party on this one, but I've now watched Venom: Let There Be Carnage, and yes, I watched it on physical media. That's for the thumbnail. If I can remember. So yeah, this is one of my Christmas DVDs, and I'm getting through the stack. I still like getting DVDs. I still like physical media. It's important to me to get this stuff. I like having something to hold, and I like to know that this will still be on the shelf even when things go off Netflix or Prime or whatever. So yeah, I finally got around to watching Venom: Let There Be Carnage. I've seen the first one as well, the first Venom movie, which was all right. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. It could have had a bit more Venom in it, and it didn't quite feel like the Venom from the comics to me personally. You know, I came of age in the era of the 90s comics boom, so things like Maximum Carnage and all the die cut covers and heat reactive covers and foil covers and things bagged up with trading cards and things like that. And I remember the huge rise in popularity of the Venom character, especially during Todd McFarlane's era, of course during Todd McFarlane's era, and it was a game changer in a lot of ways. It was a time where you wanted more action, where there was a lot more larger than life characters, huge muscular monstrosities, and Venom and Carnage were definitely two of those characters. Well, this movie, it again stars not Tom Holland, that's Spider-Man, Tom Hardy as Venom and Eddie Brock, and we've also got Woody Harrelson as Cletus Clay and Carnage, of course, Michelle Williams, and the marvelous Naomi Harris as Shriek. Naomi Harris should be in everything. Naomi Harris is brilliant, and while she is good in Venom: Let There Be Carnage, she is criminally underused, and that's because she's an incredibly talented actor. So this time out, this one holds together a lot better for me than the first one. Yeah, Carnage is in it. Yeah, you got Woody Harrelson being a full-on bad guy. You've got Tom Hardy and Venom. Eddie Brock and Venom's camaraderie developing and getting a lot of comedy effect out of that, especially in the breakfast scene. You can find clips of that on YouTube. There's a breakfast scene where Venom is making breakfast for a disconsolate Eddie, and it's so funny. It's really funny. And it holds together well. The story's fun, the story's exciting. There's lots of Venom v Carnage action. There's lots of one-liners and comedy, and there is a development of the characters from the first movie as well. Where it doesn't work, there are some little places where it doesn't work. Some of the effect sequences are, well, due to the nature of CGI effects, after a while they can become a bit much of a muchness. Things start to lose weight. They start to lose mass visually. So in some of the more kinetic fight scenes, some of the faster sequences where there's lots going on, you do come out of it a little bit. That said, for the most part, the effect sequences are stunning. Particularly like there's a certain prison break scene which is just amazing to watch, and the transformations. Come on, we all know Cletus is Carnage, so I'm not giving you any spoilers there. The transformations there are really something. The initial transformation when you first see Cletus become Carnage is horrible, and I mean that in the best way. It's not like horribly done, it's horrible to look at. It's a really quite shocking moment. It's like, oh, okay, and it does put across the violence of the Carnage character really well. There are points where Tom Hardy may seem a little bit like he's on autopilot when he's playing Eddie. And that's not to say anything about Tom Hardy, nothing against his performance, but I think some of the material they gave Eddie in the script to work with could have been a little bit more punchy. It's a small thing though, it's just a small thing because Tom Hardy's great in these things. And of course, doubling up as the voice of Venom as well is a masterstroke. And it does make me laugh though to think that he is often performing these, the conversations. He's doing the Eddie side and he's doing the Venom side, so he's acting against himself. But it's really cool. It does hold together as a fun action movie, a great superhero movie, and yeah, you do get the link to what followed with No Way Home. Now, yeah, that's a bit of a spoiler. Spoiler alert for the past. But this has been out for a little while now. I mean, it came out in 2021. I've only just got around to seeing it because it can take me ages to get around seeing a lot of things, just from having a full-time day job and 2 kids and lots going on all the time. But the story was by Tom Hardy and Kelly Marcel, and Kelly Marcel wrote it, but it was directed by Andy Serkis. Now, how is Andy Serkis as a director? Andy Serkis is really solid as a director, as it happens. It's interesting for me it's always interesting for me to see actors try a different role in filmmaking, be it directing or writing or score, anything like that. It's interesting to see what else they've got up their sleeve. And Andy Serkis is a very skilled director. He has a great sense of pacing, great sense of timing, and whoever did the cinematography, I'm not sure who did the cinematography on this, were really talented. It was DP'd by Robert Richardson. They were very talented. Everyone involved was really talented. There's a great score to it. There's a lot of fun going on. There's some great Mrs. Chen scenes as well. And it's got everything that you liked about the first Venom movie. It's all ramped up a bit more. Yeah, it's not on the same level as like the MCU movies, but it's way better than the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. I know they're getting a bit of a renaissance now, but this holds together a lot better on a first view than they ever did, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, I'm going to give Venom Let There Be Carnage a solid 4 out of 5. I really liked this film. It's a ton of fun. Carnage looks great. Venom looks great. The comedy, the action, it's all fantastic. It needed more Naomi Harris. That is a fact. I think that's one of the main issues I had with it. We had Michelle Williams in there who was great as well. But it did need much more Naomi Harris. Can we please have a Shriek movie on her own, please? Or just a reappearance of her. She's so cool. Yeah, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, 4 out of 5. Thank you for watching this episode of Planet Hex Review Time.